Why do streaming movies suck? Well, someone has, I think, a very good take. A guy I didn't follow up until now, Sean Burns. I don't know him, Sean M. Burns. 90% of running a streaming service seems to be saying, hey, remember that movie you liked in the 80s or 90s? Now, what if it was photographed like shit and 9 hours long?
So he saw Roadhouse too.
Right. And he's quote tweeting Amy Adams is going to star opposite Javier Bardem in the Apple series Cape Fear.
Oh.
So I think streaming has diluted cinema. I think no one would doubt that, but it's really just made so many things less special. What are your thoughts on his take?
Well, we saw Alan Pakula, who, by the way, is one of the great thriller directors. He directed The Parallax View, which is one of the great, he directed Clute, some of the great political thrillers of the 70s. He also directed Presumed Innocent in 1990, which was turned by David Kelly into an 8-episode TV series starring Jake Gyllenhaal. It worked as a great 2-hour film. It was based on a novel by Scott Turow, of course. It has a great cast, and it was produced by Sidney Pollack. It has a score by John Williams, and then they just turned it into an 8-episode streaming series. Look at the difference.
Look, I'm more of a movie guy. When I see like it's a series, I see a trailer and it's a series, I kind of bug out on it. Although I am in the middle of watching The Offer. I can't believe I missed it.
Oh,
that
it's great.
show it's amazing. I'm all in.
How great is Matthew Good playing Bob Evans?
Oh my God, he's so good.
How was he not nominated or win an Emmy?
He is fantastic in that series, but
he's a white male, right?
Yeah, exactly. But this just brings up a point. Like these, like it's really just a lot of things are just very mid. So all right.
Well, the fact that it's an adaptation.
Any other thoughts?
Yeah, because it's an adaptation, it is now again creatively bankrupt streaming services.
Yeah,
they're no longer willing to, they won't invest in anything original. They have to invest in adaptations and sequels.
Yeah, well, the goal is how can we keep getting people to come back, every month and say resubscribed every month. So we have to pump out as much content as possible. And like analysts, you don't want to take risks. If you take risks, you're failing, and so everything has to be inspired by something. And you occasionally will get like really good things, like you'll get something like Stranger Things. But once again, Stranger Things is inspired by things that we all grew up watching, like Ghostbusters. Like I'm teaching my kids. I'm like, guys, this is all inspired by things like the Goonies and Ghostbusters, and they're like, oh, I didn't know that, and so they're learning. Oh, this reminds me of Stranger Things, and I'm like, no, Stranger Things is inspired by this thing, But like, but then you also get things like Daredevil, where you actually get like a solid show, a well-written show. There are well-written stuff on streaming, but most of the time it's just about how can we make a thing that reminds you of a thing so you come back every month to watch it. And then in between that, there's just sparks of brilliance, but it's like broken clock, can be right twice a day. It's like, it just depends on who's involved in the project. And we've definitely seen a mass of just trash and garbage thrown out there because it's quantity over quality for most of these streaming services.
Well, you got to feed the machine, right? I mean, this is why this is the reason why movies are only staying in theaters for only like a month. Right, because they got to get it to streaming because they're running out of material. They're running out of a reason to subscribe to their streaming service. So you got to feed the machine, man. And this is exactly what they're doing. This isn't going to get people to sign up for Netflix or any other streaming service, but at least they have something. At least it's material.
Who is the target audience of Cape Fear, the TV series?
There isn't.
Exactly.
No, there isn't. Right. That's the point, though. I mean, it's but they need something.
The hope is you'll go, oh, that looks interesting, and then forget to cancel your subscription.
Yes, that's the whole point.
And that's the whole point, unfortunately, because there are some flagship shows that they're like, hey, This is going to make people sign up and watch our stuff. But also, the more streaming services that exist, the more the content spreads out. So then you go, yeah, I'll watch this show on here for a month, or I'll wait until this whole show has been aired on this streaming service, and I'll binge it all in a month and then cancel my subscription service. And the reality is, it's just too many fingers in the pie, and you can't keep up with all of it. You'd be paying more for cable than you would to try to watch all of these things at one time.
Already paying more. Apple Plus, Max, Netflix, Hulu, Paramount Plus. Yeah. I know.
At least
so
you get
it's
free
insane.
shipping with Prime.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah,
have
but
another.
it's all for the purpose of you forgetting to cancel your subscription, right? If they can get just one more month out of you, that meets a goal.